Hello, I'm Claire Smith and welcome to my channel. So today I've got a perfume tag video. I absolutely love doing perfume tags and I love watching them because I always feel like you really get to know the person who's doing the tag video. And also I really love them when they're a little bit weird, and this one definitely ticks both of those boxes. This one is definitely a little bit odd. So this tag is actually called the Most tag, and it was created by Tara Michelle here on YouTube, who goes by the name of Opinionated Scents. If you haven't watched her video, then please do check it out because she explains the situations really well. So each category is always the most something. It's always an extreme situation with a most something fragrance. I'm probably not explaining this very well, but let's just jump into it and you'll get it as we go along. So the first situation is actually the most confident. So Tara Michelle's scenario for this one was that you are accepting an award at work, and it is in front of all your friends, all your family, all of your colleagues, but you are accepting that award and giving a speech naked. So you need a super confident fragrance to get you through. So the perfume I'm choosing for that situation is actually this one. So this is Tom Ford's Black Orchid. So this is just a really dark, spicy, mysterious kind of scent. And I think this perfume would really just make you confident because you can't be anything but when you're wearing this fragrance. Otherwise this fragrance is going to wear you. The heaviness of this scent and the scent bubble that this scent creates as well would really make you feel protected and cocooned in that situation. As well, it's just a very androgynous scent, which would probably also make you feel more confident in that situation. You're not going to feel vulnerable when you're wearing this, you're going to feel powerful and strong. So I think definitely this one is my most confident scent. So that's Tom Ford's Black Orchid. So the second scenario that Tara Michelle posed was that your crush of many years is suddenly single and you are trying to reel them in. You've kind of got a first date with them, but you need them to get hooked. You need something to make them want to come back for more. Yeah, I found this category quite difficult to choose. There are a couple of reasons. One, I consider myself to be quite a demisexual person, so I've never really had a celebrity crush because I'm one of those people that I think need to form a very deep emotional bond with someone before I can actually fancy them. And also my husband, so my actual real life crush, actually prefers me to be unfragranced. So I've got no clue what men or women or whatever sex you're into or not into like on whichever sex they're into or not into. So I am going to just choose one that I think would be appropriate. So the one that I think would be appropriate is Scandal by Night. So this is a super sticky, very sexy smelling fragrance. It's very intoxicating, it's very deep, it's very sweet. And I've watched numerous videos of people saying that men really love sweet scents on women. I'm not entirely sure that you can generalize like that, but anyway, I've not done a survey so I can't disprove them. But this one, yeah, it's just really sweet with all that honey and really nice with cherry as well. It's a very deep, long-lasting fragrance. I think you would definitely leave a trail. You would be memorable if you'd been wearing this fragrance, which I think is what a date is meant to be, isn't it? It's meant to be memorable. It's meant to make you want more. So yeah, I'm going to choose this one for most desirable, Scandal by Night by Jean-Paul Gaultier. But as I said, I don't like to generalise about men or anyone else for that matter, so who knows? So the next category is the most gangster, and the scenario that was posed was that you are walking into a room filled with your most deadly enemies and you want to wear something that is going to make them turn their heads and think to themselves, well, I cannot deny she smells so good. You know, no matter how much I don't like her, no matter whatever else I'm thinking about her, she smells good. So the fragrance I'm going to choose for that category is this one. So this is Nina Ricci L'Extase Rose Absolue. And this fragrance is truly gangster. I mean, it's show-stopping. The rose note in this is show-stopping. Everybody would turn around, everyone would look if you were in a gangster situation. The bottle is also quite gangster, I think. It reminds me of those blacked out limos, and it's kind of quite blingy as well. This one has that amazing rose note, but it also has an almost oody feel and a kind of smokiness almost to it. It's just, yeah, wow, you're going to leave a trail. It projects really well. So yeah, your enemies are going to be able to smell you coming and they're going to be regretting that they're not smelling as good as you are. So that's Nina Ricci L'Extase Rose Absolue. So the next category is the most innocent. So the situations posed were that you are trying to land your dream job and you want them to think you are the most responsible person on the planet, that you are never going to roll into work on a Friday morning drunk. You're going to do that job so amazingly well and you're going to complete every task on time. Or perhaps you're meeting your parents-in-law to be and you want them to believe that butter wouldn't melt. Well, the one that I would choose for both of those situations would be this one. So this is La Nuit Trésor Musc Diamant. And this is a musk overlay of the La Nuit Trésor DNA. So it just kind of dials it down a little bit and just makes it very innocent smelling. It makes you feel very calm and serene when you're wearing this. You're probably just going to look a little bit more innocent anyway, just from your calm, serene nature. This one for sure would definitely disarm them, would make them be putty in your hands, think you are, you know, Lady Diana reincarnated. This is definitely the one to go for. So this is my most innocent fragrance, La Nuit Trésor Musc Diamant. So the next category is most rowdy, and this category has caused me some trouble. So the definition of this category is really that it's a fragrance that is loud, that, you know, it's that person at the party who is making the most noise, who is maybe perhaps even a little bit obnoxious, but ultimately when you get to know them, they're totally lovable. So the fragrance that made me think of those kind of characteristics was Angel by Mugler, but I also feel like this one doesn't entirely fit, because I think that even though a lot of people do love this one, a lot of people also just don't like this at all and will never like it. So I'm not going to go with Angel. But the other choice that I had was Tom Ford's Orchid Soleil. So this has a very, very loud opening. It's like that person at the party. It's just very in your face. It's very screechy with that red lily and the tuberose. It's almost too much when you first spray this fragrance. But in the dry down, so like when you get to know the person, it transforms into a really vanilla-y, nutty, lovely creamy kind of skin scent. It's just really beautiful. And yeah, I think of this very much as a rowdy fragrance. It's something that calms down and is ultimately lovable. So the next category is the most recognisable. So this is the one that when people can smell it in the air, they know you've been in a room. They know that you have left that trail. So the fragrance that I've been wearing most recently is probably the most recognisable for me around the lab right now, is this one. So this is Angel Nova. So this is a really fruity perfume with raspberry and lychee, but it also has rose in it. And it's just a very happy smelling perfume. It makes me smile, it brightens my day, it makes me think that, you know, it doesn't matter, I'm going to work because I've got the sunshine of Angel Nova to keep me happy and sane. So that's the one that I think people would probably still smell when I left the room, because it really does linger, this one. And it's on clothing. I've smelt this after a month on, you know, outer jackets, etc. It really, really does last. So I think people can definitely smell this in the air. We have really small rooms at work, so I'm sure when I'm on the microscope or in tissue culture, then people are definitely going to smell this lingering in the air. So that's Angel Nova by Mugler. So the next category is the most you, and actually I thought I'd change this up a bit. So there are 3 parts to this category, and the first one is the most you in the form of a bottle. So I thought I'd change this by actually asking my partner. Big mistake. So he was more than obliging to help me out with this one, but his answers were really a little bit disturbing. So the first one that he chose 2 bottles for this. It was this one, and do you know what? I was quite impressed. I thought, wow, I actually wear that one quite a bit. He must know that I really like this. No, he doesn't. The reason he chose this one, he said, was because I have a big heart. Okay, that's quite sucky. That's fine. I'm quite green. Okay, yep. I do like recycling. I don't own a car. I do walk everywhere I possibly can. I do buy secondhand where possible, etc. But then he also said, and you're very jealous. I can't deny it, to be honest. Yeah, it's probably like one of my worst personality traits, really. But yeah. So he thinks I'm jealous, so he chose me a green heart. So that serves me right, really, doesn't it? So the second fragrance that he chose for the bottle was this one. So again, I was like, oh, well, why did you choose that one? And he said, well, I think the bottle is quite strange looking, and I also think you're quite strange looking. And I was like, oh, okay, fine. And they said, yeah, and I just think it stands out because it's a little bit weird, and that's why I love you, because you stand out because you're a little bit weird. So yeah, I'm not asking him any more questions. So ignoring my husband, my choice for the bottle is this one. So this is Diesel's Loverdose, and this is a purple heart with a dagger through it. And I just really like the bottle, really. I feel like I wear my heart on my sleeve sometimes, and I'm quite easily hurt. So that's kind of representative somehow of my feelings on the subject matter, I suppose. So the second part to the most you part of the tag is actually the most you in a fragrance name. And I admit I struggled with this one until I saw this bottle in my collection, and I thought, no, that is it, that's the one. So the fragrance that I've gone for is actually Gaultier You, and I think Gaultier really, they did the triple when they named this fragrance, because all fragrance houses in the past have been trying to sell you things to make you feel like someone other than yourself, someone somehow better. And I think Gaultier were the first brand to go, do you know what, you can be you and you could be amazing, and no one should ever make you try and be someone else. This fragrance will adapt to you, will work with your body chemistry, and will smell different on different people, and it's just going to be you, but just a little bit amped up you, and that's fine. And I really like that sentiment from Gaultier. It's all about self-acceptance, it's all about knowing that you're good enough. And I think when I was a teenager I didn't have that, but now in my late 30s I appreciate me more, and Gaultier You is my choice for the most me. So the third part is actually the most you in a scent. So I am going to choose Nina Ricci again, and this is Chant d'Extase. So this fragrance has raspberry, caramel and sea notes, and I think that combination is one, unexpected, and two, you kind of can't believe that this fragrance would work because it just seems a bit of a weird combo. But yeah, this one really does work, and I think it sort of, to me, represents different facets of my personality that together just seem contradictory. They don't seem like they would sit easily with each other. I'm just a person of contradiction, really. I am a scientist, but I also really like things like astrology and like mythology. I find them fascinating. I'm also a really tidy person in some ways, but also really messy in others. I'm really logical sometimes, but sometimes I just go with my heart. I just go with what that's telling me over my head. So yeah, I think this fragrance sums it up, and that's the one I'm choosing for me. So Nina Ricci Chant d'Extase. If you really like sea notes in fragrances, which is something that I really enjoy, I think you would really like this fragrance. So if you want to do this tag, please feel free to do this tag. I think most people have been tagged now, but if you haven't been and you want to do it, then consider yourself tagged. If you like the video, then please like the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!